First week FlipPhone February is over. Second Monday now. Time to turn back on the smartphone and transfer that SIM across. You can see my screen time for the week now. As you can see, 0 on the smartphone, but 20% lower in total. So clearly I did have a bit of a home body week, and I will tell you more about that shortly in the My Creative Week segment. But for now, roll the titles and then enjoy my feature of the month, Signal Pigeon. Let's go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
First week of the month, if you want me, call me on my burner. Couple flip phones. Yeah, nice little learner. Too much from you on the gram. Fam, I'll burn ya. Wish we flip like a burner. I'll spit fire bars and I'll burn ya. Let me paint you a picture.
Feature of the month, Signal. It's surprisingly good. Surprisingly good once you've got in. You do it in settings, you go applications, and then you go manage, and then this is where you get Pigeon. Personalized just means like changing the name of your phone. So I'm gonna install that just for fun. But yeah, the main one is Pigeon, obviously, to set up Signal, and it's a bit like this. You install it. Obviously, I'm not gonna be able to show you it, so I'm showing you this other one. So you install it like that. So let's go there. So now personalize an app. So similarly, then Pigeon appears as an app between calculator and settings. And there's going to be an onboarding into Pigeon. This is ultimately what it's going to look like after you get through the reCAPTCHA. Now, for the the first time you get in, it'll do that Pigeon load, and then it will go into a Google reCAPTCHA screen. Now, I've got major issues with this. Jose Briones, he shows you how about doing the screen, but what he doesn't show you is that you've got to just skip by pressing O a lot of times. And then eventually you will be able to use 2, 4, 6, and 8 to go through the reCAPTCHA screen. So just be really persistent, guys. It literally took me 10 minutes. But anyway, eventually you'll get through to this. And yeah, you basically will have to set up with a new number. So it's got to be separate from your main Signal number. Don't use the same one because I think it'll bump the account. So anyway, like get another number. Literally, there's an app called Another Number, which can get you a virtual number. Use that, and then look, it's our boy from last week who was the star of the call, Jez Warner. Go on, lad. Check it out from the start with my guy. So I'm trying to show his number. I tried calling him, and then you can send a voice message. Like, that's sick. Here we go. Really quiet. It's not on speaker, but it's literally coming out of the ear if you hold it to your ear. But yeah, like I'm listening back to my own voice message there. It's brilliant. He got it. He said, does it flip? I said, if you throw it in the air, like you just don't care. And so it's going in. But anyway, this is how you do it. If you're starting on the thing, you can tap out stuff. Cling. You can also go down. Oh, Gustav Klimt. You can just send it, and then this is where you can call as well. You can set disappearing messages setting, I think. So yeah, I usually set mine to 4 weeks on iOS, but 1 week here, I guess. And you can call, it's great quality. And then this is where you voice message, hey Jez, this is going out live during the first week FlipPhone February vlog. There it is, and it's literally just sent 6 seconds. Amazing. Disappearing messages is there. And look, guys, it literally works just as well. I think the main problem is I haven't really figured out ringtone settings. There's no easy way of going on and off silent. So let's see what personalizes while we're here. Brick. There you go. Now the phone's called Brick. Quickly jumping on the iPad here to show you guys Los Angeles Super Bowl Sunday, and we've got a Punkt phone here. Sunday, and yet if we go on messages, which is the messages button here, we'll go back to the home screen before we press it. We can see a message just come in from someone in the UK 45 minutes ago and from the NHS during the week. So it's clear to see, guys, Punkt phone does work, even in the place where Super Bowl's happening, literally just down there. I don't even have a clue if it has finished. There was some planes being written in the sky with some adverts for the Marry Me streaming show, which, like, obviously you shouldn't watch. Just get a flip phone and just enjoy your life.
Cave, social. Food hacks, fake news, K-pop. Too many cooks take stock of the gluttony. What you want, swipe till you drop the smut for years. Max 15, stop. Cave, social.
My creative week, February 2022. So, let's start with music. Here's the iPod Classic, and my album of the week was Rainbow Chan, Stanley. Fantastic album, gorgeous nostalgia, packaged in a very modern self-production. It's 8 tracks, as you can see, including one where it's the Chinese and I believe Cantonese version of Heavy, and that's because Rainbow is a immigrant from Hong Kong to Sydney. She was picked up by the London-based label specializing in Asian Western, the margins of Asian and Western music, which is Eastern Margins, run by my a good friend and football buddy, Dave Zhu. Dave Joe, you're meant to pronounce it, but there we go. And this is the sort of thing that Rainbow's dealing with, is the fact that, you know, she lives in Sydney, but she remembers so much about Hong Kong and Hong Kong culture. And, you know, she wrote it during the pandemic, where she couldn't go back there, and there was so much happening with the Chinese government shutting down the culture and liberal press. So she, you know, of course she wanted to do nostalgia for the songs of her childhood, and you really see it. And I mean, Love Note is just such a spectacular song. It's so minimal, but really beautiful. And the other highlight, as well as Heavy, which I was on there, is Doing Word. Wow, just a really impressively big production, and self-produced as well. So obviously I had a bit of a kindred spirit with it, given that I self-produce most of my albums, although I am in talks with a producer for The Divided Selfie, my second album, so that would be really great. Other than Rainbow, I also downloaded a track by the lovely Nina Kuhatova. I hope that is good enough pronunciation. Just the title track of her 4-track EP, Pandemonium, which has very cool artwork, by the way. It kind of looks like she's wearing a mask. And the other shout out is that the lettering on the names is very cool. They've done the I and the N crossed over in the name Pandemonium as well. You can see lyrically it is slightly odd. Someone laid down in the door. I see the mental glowly, and it is a little bit of kind of like mental asylum sort of feel, especially with this song. Pandemonium is John Milton's word for hell and just the craziness of hell. She kind of really conjured that with the sound, but it's, again, really sparse, minimalist sound at the start that really builds, a bit like Doing Word by Rainbow Chan. I saw it performed live in the Brits on a boat vlog, which is the precursor to the Brits by the Beach vlogs I've been putting out. And if you haven't seen those, I hope you will enjoy all of them, like 3 really fun 15-minute vlogs of our time here in LA. But you can go see in the Brits by the Boat one, which is also similar. About 10 minutes in, we're on the boat and Young Era is about to play, and this Slovakian girl comes on and with her like amazing keyboard and just starts like making this amazing electro influenced, like sort of abstract music, like pop music. It's amazing. She's a Brit school girl, and I'm just really excited for her career for sure. I think she's still only like 18, 19. Best of luck, Nina. Great EP, and that's my musical week. Reading wise, there's not a huge amount. I'm here in LA, and basically the music's going well, but as you guys know, I always like to fuse my music with my visuals, and visual production is something that's important to me as well. So it's been an amazing opportunity to not only be living and working with young Era on the music. I've been living with a writer called Abhishek Pandit, and he's working on his first short film adaptation of one of his stories that was published in a literary journal. It's called Closure Cafe, and he actually asked me to help him produce this, including playing his lead part, which is Anastas, a Soviet soldier who's killed by his teammates and is in the afterlife. And purgatory, again, funnily linked to Pandemonium, is a purgatory space that is sort of imagined as an American dive bar almost. But anyway, like, me and Abhishek, we're going to make a film on Saturday, and we saw this in a thrift shop and thought it would be funny and useful. It's Movie Speak by Tony Bill. How to talk like you belong on a film set. It's basically like demystifying a load of the sort of terminology from the industry. Now, because it was published about 10 years ago, like, much of this is truly like history, like basically a lot of pre-digital terminology for filming stuff. Like, I don't really like, I skip reading a lot of those. But like, let's have a look here. So, even dailies, he says, is basically no longer a thing. Now that digital film, you can basically keep everything that you shoot. You don't really have to do daily selection of what to process. The dectoring, the roving, jittery camera style. I mean, they're quite obscure camera stuff, but there's also some really cool, really cool stuff. He always has an original take on what, the terms mean. Basically, yeah, and he has some little essays like spliced in between. You can see here he's got the essay sliced in between the dictionary. He's producer of The Sting, great film, and clearly people really enjoy this little book. It's a great insight, and yeah, it's definitely like, it's just really fun to be just figuring out how to make this, because we are stepping up the production quality, and this is what I want to say to you on the YouTube, is that this film will be coming to the YouTube channel. It's great. We're actually working with, you saw DP there, director of photography. We've got makeup, HMU, hair and makeup for the burns victim, and some of the other stuff, interesting intrigue. And it's going to be really fun to put this out to the world. I just also wanted to mention, creatively what I got up to this week, getting off the grid. Obviously, you saw my screen time was still pretty high, but I did make it. Monday I had a big sort of fun day out in Little Tokyo, got some mochi, and yeah, I think the only other slightly interesting thing was yesterday morning, Abhishek, who is from a Hindu tradition, took me to like the ISKCON temple, which is like a Krishna worship, Hare Krishna, and they just sing this amazing chant, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, and it's just those lyrics. It's based on 3 words, and they just do the melody and they meld it, and it's improvisational and also collaborative, and it's just so beautiful. And if anyone ever gets a chance to visit one of those, even just to sit in on one of their chanting sessions, I would thoroughly recommend it. But these are the sort of things you can do when you're not weighed down with social media admin, so I would recommend joining me for FirstWeek FlipPhone one of the future months. I guess we flipped the phones back. I'm filming on the iPhone now, and stay tuned on the YouTube for the final Brits by the Beach vlog. Also, please do send me AMA comments. I'm going to do 1/4 minute AMA for the 1/4 of the 1,000 subscribers. It's going to be fun, just doing a little 15-second, just like flash the question up, answer it. I hope it's similar to how I did in the Signal Pigeon section. Again, on that, just like Punkt, please do try and figure out how we can get the number to integrate with our own account, but otherwise, great job. And look forward to seeing you guys on the flip side. Next video coming, March, the second Monday of the month, because that is after I do FirstWeek FlipPhone, which starts on the first Monday of the month. See you then.
We might spit 5 tweets, never read them. 4th week, tick-tock, tick-tock on the clock, cause we're back on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Burner, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
We're back on.
First week of the month if you want me. Call me on my burner. Couple flip phones.